EIU Baseball is coming off a 2013 that saw them depleted by injuries, but head coach Jim Schmitz says 2014 is looking much more promising for the Panthers, especially on the mound.
I think that's the real bright spot. You know, last year, as you mentioned, you know, when you have your top two arms not pitch an inning, you know, it's really hard for the team and Coach Anderson, the pitching guy, to kind of respond to that. And they did a great job, but having Troy back, Christian Slasnick back, just adds a lot of depth to a pitching staff, which I think is a strong part of a whole team. Those two guys really solidify what is our strength. So a lot of excitement. You know, Troy Barton I thought would be back more into March. Really ready, but he's way ahead of schedule, and you know, again, real excited about what he brings to the table, given us that a guy that won 9 games, you know, 2 years ago says a lot.
I think we're looking good. The pitching staff is looking really good with Troy coming back, and Bourne's, he stepped up to another level this year. I played against him during the summer, and he was unreal. And so it's good to have Troy back, and Joe Greenfield throwing good again. Joe Hansmeyer's throwing good. But I'm really excited about our pitching staff. We're hitting a lot better than we have in the past during these early practices, so I'm excited.
One upperclassman returning to the Panthers in 2014 is catcher Jacob Reese, who enters his 4th year starting behind the dish. He said all that experience has its advantages and disadvantages.
It's huge. Like, I know what their ball's going to do normally. Some guys have some tail, some guys have some sink. So I can kind of cheat to each way. So it helps me, helps them get more strikes. So it makes things a lot easier.
As we go over the lineup all the time, I mean, our strength is our pitching staff, and he's able to handle that pitching staff. He's able to come into Coach Anderson and converse a little bit about what's working, what's not working. But more than that, there's, you know, no runners advance on us. So it's not balls in the dirt, balls off the glove. So, you know, that's the big key. When you give the other team freebies and advancing on the bases, you know, we know that it's not going to happen. Our pitchers feel comfortable burying pitches in the zone. So, you know, and like I said, he's a senior. This is the last year, and yeah, this will be a good one to go out with a couple wins here.
It is an advantage. I mean, I'm a lot more relaxed. The thing is about being in the OVC for 4 years now, they know every weakness you have. But I feel like my swing's gotten better, so I'm excited for my senior year. Like, I'm relaxed, I'm ready to go.
In addition to Reese, Schmitz said he'll be looking to some veterans as well as some new players to fill spots in the lineup left by departing players from a year ago.
Defensively, yeah, I don't think they're going to replace Nick Priestman. I mean, he really was probably one of the better center fielders I've ever had. Caleb Howe has a little better speed, but again, a guy that's going to go to center field and handle that. Second base is Mitch Gasparo, a sophomore that played a lot last year. Again, you know, feel really good about what he's done. You know, these are great guys that we lost, but every year that happens. First base is kind of up in the air right now with Adam Casson from Parkland, along with Canberra, who's basically done everything for us. Played the outfield, played third. Cam's a senior, got a lot of stronger, so we have a couple options over there. But you know, I think the big key with the offense is that, you know, we've stressed and stressed and stressed some of the short game, and right now I think we have some people that can really do some things. I think Mitch Gasparo has a chance to really get to that 15 stolen base plateau. Shortstop is now Marshawn Taylor, the freshman out of Simeon, really phenomenal bunter. So, you know, I think we have different ways to score, and these guys are really buying into what we have to do to score.
Well, Caleb Howe for sure. I mean, he batted like 370 last year. And then Brant, he just gets better every year. I expect him to do big things, and I'd like to see Dimitri do well this year. He's a big boy, so I think he can really help us out.
Well, I think they know they're a year older. They switch different rules. You know, I think middle of the lineup guys, we're gonna move Caleb Howe to the third slot. I mean, he's been a leadoff hitter, It's a really hard move for me. I don't like moving him from that because you know you bat 370. It's kind of nice to have him come up, but Mitch Gaspar will lead off. So Caleb's going to give us a 3-slot guy, Dmitry Volek in the middle lineup, and then Jake right behind him. So you know, these guys know how disappointed we were last year. The fall, like everyone, is real exciting. But right now we're getting healthy, and that's real exciting because last year we didn't have that.
The Panthers open their season at Louisiana Lafayette, and while the weather in Illinois has made it hard to practice outdoors, both Reese and Schmitz say the pre-conference schedule is a welcome challenge.
Since we go down south, it's going to be difficult. I mean, they're great teams, so they've been outside this whole time practicing, and we kind of lucked out we have a giant field house, so it's kind of good to stretch it out, throw it and everything, and we get to see somewhat where the ball's going when we take BP because we didn't close everything. But it is a disadvantage because, I mean, the hops on the fieldhouse floor are a lot different than they would be on the grass and all that. But I think we have prepared pretty well this year. I think we're going to be fine.
My wife said I'm trying to be fired. You know, you do scheduling years in advance. Lafayette, you know, led the country in home runs last year, 23rd in the nation. Arkansas, Mississippi State's ranked 2nd, Vanderbilt 5th, Louisville 6th. So it's a really tough schedule. It has to be one of the toughest we've ever had. We're an older team, so and pitching's good, so we'll handle that. It's what we have to do. You know, we have to go south. We need guaranteed money to get the budget intact, and Mrs. Burke understands that. So, you know, we're playing some people that are really tough, and hope that'll allow me to figure out some lineup situations based on how we do.
We have a phrase every year. It's all in this year. I feel like everybody's buying into what we're about at EIU, so I'm excited. I know in the past, like last year we weren't very close-knit, and this year I feel like everybody is coming together as one, so I'm excited for it.
Reporting for Panther Sports Talk, I'm Brad Kupia.